Hello, all right, everybody. Welcome. Who have we got in here today? All right. Yeah. Let's get straight into it. So it's been quite a day. It's been a very eventful day. We're expecting volatility today. That is exactly what we have had, and we know the direction. So we have had a pretty big move down on Bitcoin. Let's see if we can get a bounce, because something very interesting has just happened as we have started the stream just now. So it's another one of those situations where going into the stream, we've actually got a trade on. So I'm just very quickly going to cover that. So Bitcoin basically, okay, holding, where is it holding right now? It's fairly simple stuff. Okay, it's bounced into that golden pocket region. It's holding around there, and we do have it just basically little 5-minute OB and some absorption down at these lows. But what we also had at the same time, and this is what the main thing was that I was looking at, was ES has just come down on the close, so literally on the daily close, has just come down to take out its low of the day. So that is where the market closed at basically its lowest point. So it couldn't get any worse. It really couldn't have got any worse for ES, for SPX today. It's been well, I mean, you could have had circuit breakers and all those kind of things, but it's been a really bad day for global markets. So the fact that we have got this is often what I would look to do as we come into a close of a session, is you can basically just get that relief as you get for the last few hours, it's basically just been, it's so much correlation. What I was doing earlier on was I just had the ES chart on and it was climbing nicely up here earlier. And I was just watching the order flow, and it's just exactly the same thing. I mean, now it's still fairly correlated. You can still see as the ES is moving, the kind of movements that we're getting on Bitcoin are basically the same here. But now that we've got SPX closed, we've got the New York market closed itself, that's a lot of traders out of the market. That's a lot of money out of the market. Everyone was short. Like, everyone was short today. That's why the market is closed at basically the lowest point it possibly can be. And you are seeing just what you would expect to see, just some kind of relief coming off of that that daily close there, or that weekly close for, of course, equities and the stock market. So it'll be interesting to see if we get a bounce. Let's wait and see. You have had a fairly decent little bounce from the lows here, so you can see as we got this move up again, a little bit of trap shorts and stuff that down there at the bottom, nothing too significant. But again, seeing a slight rise up in price since we have had the daily close. So we will continue to monitor that. We'll also obviously go over some of the other price action that we've had today. The point in which we actually got the actual low for the day was pretty decent. So I was out when Bitcoin actually put in its low, so I wasn't there to trade it when we had that final spike down here. Okay, but if anyone in the chat, let me just go and have a look at the chat for a minute. Can anyone tell me what was at this level? This was a little bit of a hidden one, so it'll be interesting to see who knows what we had at this level here. That is the point in which we did bounce on Bitcoin. It's not the most significant level in the world. I think it is more a case of, okay, you just got massive correlation with the Nasdaq, with the SPX today. It's one of those kind of situations, but we did bounce off of something that's kind of significant and kind of tradable. So if anyone was able to take a trade off of that, congratulations. And if anyone can tell me what that level was, then congratulations as well. So who do we have in here? We've got Jay up in here as always, my favorite Twitter responder and liker. We've got Hershey in here. WW, don't forget to like the stream. Yes, please do smash that like button, hit the like button. Make sure you only like it once or 3 times or 5 times or 7 times or 9 times. If you like it in even amount of numbers, then you're not liking it. So testy. Make sure you like it once more so you get those 3 likes, and then we've got 1 like. P's here as always. Shiva, let's go. Tilted, Juanito. SPX closes in support. What a typical coincidence. Yeah, I mean, well, it closes low, but yes, in the region of decent-ish support. Okay, and Danius, why just me bullish? Potentially because there's not much to be bullish about. Oh wow, all the other comments have just popped up in the chat here. So we've got Hamza, Tilted, Roynet, Hugo, Callis, Warm Up, MM, Greg, where are the extra charts templates on Discord? Can't find them. So if you are looking for the free extra charts templates, then they are in the trading help section. They are pinned on there. Hershey, CME gap, yes. YE, value area low, CME gap, CPI, value area low, val. Yeah, so basically you had some decent stuff down there. Yeah. So we do have, there's one thing that everyone's missing, and this is another little interesting one. So there's one thing that everyone's missing, but this is what we had as the Confluence. So first of all, CME, there's your gap. Okay. So we did fill the CME gap today. That did happen. That's something that, I mean, we haven't had really like big gaps on the CME for a while. It's been a very flat range. So it's something that a lot of people have forgotten about, something that I had forgotten about a little bit as well, to be honest. So yeah, we did have the price came straight back down and has bounced off of the CME gap. Secondly, okay, if we do draw the range, I believe our value area low is still here. So if we're going to go back over here, there's your value area low. Depending on how you draw this, depending on what exchange you're looking at, okay, if you can draw that back to basically when we started to come into this range, there it is. So you've got more confluence there. And the third thing we had was, and this is off of our session template, is we did have that little MPOC there from an Asia session quite some time ago. I think it's an Asia session, right? This little Asia session NPOC, so at 28,675, we did bounce off of this as well. So this is like triple confluence, and actually this is what created the gap, isn't it? Because we would have gone Asia session, this would have been the weekend, and then you break. So yeah, this Asia session close, the POC is what created the gap in the first place. So I think, maybe not. I might be talking absolute crap, but I'm pretty sure. 28th of May, right? Let's go back over here. 28th of May. Yes. So there is the CME gap on the Asia session at the value area low. So decent confluence within that region. Macro 618 almost to the dollar. I guess if you were to take we're looking at, wait, where? The 618's not here. I guess what exchange are you looking at? Macro 618. How could you get a 618 from this low? That wouldn't be it. Am I missing something? Because I don't have any kind of golden pocket within this region. Like, clearly not that one. Clearly not that one. Are you going to be weird and put it on this little wick? I don't know. I'm not seeing any 618 golden pocket kind of region around this area. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is something on another chart. But yeah, so you've had a decent-ish amount of confluence for this low that has been put in today. Macro probably means from March 2020. I mean, yeah, but we've been in this... Yeah. We've been in this range for over a month now, so... We've been at the macro 618. If this is the macro 618, if it's COVID low to all-time high, personally, how can you trade off of that when you've been here all this time. Like from a high time frame perspective, yes, it's kind of important. Okay, so we could go and we could pull this, and we do have, whoops. So this is the one, right? I'm aware of this, but this is, yeah, where we've been in for ages. But hey, look, it is there. It is there. So that is kind of cool. I'll give you that one because it is right there. I did draw that and it is right there. So yeah, fair enough. But we've been there many times before. Yeah. So we have hit the macro 618. Bitfinex buying heavily from 29,500 down to here. Yes, I would not be surprised by that. We can have a look at the Bitfinex chart. We are getting a move up, so we are getting this move up now because what's ES doing? It is also getting a slight bounce here, getting some relief going into the weekend, so that is pretty good. Yeah. Would this be Bitfinex spot? This will probably be Bitfinex spot we want to be looking at. Oh, that is Bitfinex spot. Bitfinex derivatives? In which case I wouldn't be too interested in that. There's something there, isn't there? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this. Again, maybe I'm missing something because I was missing it a minute ago. Delirium catching up at 1.5x. June low. We're not at the June low yet. Jonathan Valdez hit 22k on Binance. That was just a glitch. So that would have been on the Binance BTC USD perp. It's no longer there. They fixed that. So this was earlier on, wasn't it? I think this was the one that it was showing up on. Was this chart, but it's gone. So we don't have that anymore. So all is kind of okay there. Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't actually happen. As far as I'm aware, it didn't actually happen. What else should we do tonight? We can talk about Ethereum. Ethereum's worth talking about because we have broken down. This is what we were looking at last time as a move down if this was to be some, oh, it's a descending triangle. And you could, I mean, actually you could probably get a measured move out of this, which is really, really noob TA. No, that's too far. That would take us down to like $1,000. That's a long way down. But yeah, if this doesn't get like a quick reclaim back inside the range before I move up, I would be looking down to around about 1,400 on ETH. So that could be interesting if we were to get that. Again, the ETH BTC pair, not really doing anything much. Yeah, I think this could come down a lot lower, like a lot lower. So on here, I'm basically, yeah, a lot lower. I do think that this is a distribution up at the highs. It looks very, very clear to me to be a distribution at the highs. And as soon as we lost this channel that we were in on ETH, so we did have this channel. As soon as you lost that, that's basically distribution confirmed, and it doesn't look very good. So I would imagine we're probably going to get some kind of like nice fundamental stuff, because obviously Ethereum moving to proof of stake, it's going to have teething problems. There's already been some FUD about it today with some staked Ethereum test thing losing a peg or something along those lines. So yeah, we're probably going to get some FUD with ETH. I am not bullish on ETH at all, but we'll see what happens on it. I mean, if it can show a bit of strength and it can start to reclaim some levels, then fair enough, but that does not look very nice, and as soon as we did lose that channel, it has not been looking very nice at all. Anything else? I guess that would lead us on to Bitcoin dominance, which is continuing to rise, and if ETH BTC was looking like a distribution, this could be the opposite, and we could be looking for a move up towards that 52% region. Again, if we do see continuation of the trends that we've been seeing recently with just alts bleeding out, that wouldn't be at all surprising. So yeah, like $1,400 on Ethereum is basically my next target to the downside. I would not be at all surprised to see Ethereum drop below 1,000. It really wouldn't be surprising to me. And if we are going to go full bear market, then yeah, you got to be looking back on the log chart to find where your support is. And realistically, that's like $350. So yeah, yeah, Ethereum looks absolutely terrible. It looks really, really bad. Bitcoin doesn't look so bad because we're kind of doing, I mean, compare that to that. That's like rolling over. I mean, they both look kind of bad, to be honest. But yeah. What's going on locally anyway? Because that's mainly what I'm interested in. We are getting a bounce. This is really, really annoying. Because I had to basically I had some like options contracts open as well over the week, and they closed just at a really weird, annoying level. And if we just have been able to get an extra hour out of this, then that would have been quite nice. Because I just added I added something on here and it was coming into the close. I was like, okay, I think we could get a bounce. I think we can get a bounce before the close, and then at 8:45 then they shut down. So yeah. Caleb, McDonald's signal just printed, yeah. BTC looking better because BTC dominance increasing, yes. And I guess Bitcoin has a little bit more of a nice range pattern type thing to it. Whereas like Bitcoin's kind of decent, right? It's doing what you would expect from something. This is what the SPX did years ago. It has like a big move up. You do this kind of distribution at the highs, and then you come down and take this, and you do that, and it's like that bull flag type of thing. Whereas Ethereum's just kind of done this, and has started to roll over, and that just looks really yuck. So, yeah. I think we need to see 27k before we gonna go to 38. Yeah, that is a possibility. So again, these are the targets I have to the downside. So if we are going to see any more downside on this, we can just have a look at the bounce that's going on. I mean, let's see if, okay, it's just taking the highs, fair enough. Short opportunity, but I think because we're going into this, then we're likely to squeeze anyway. And what I am looking at, you have a very nice little 30-minute order block there. So that's very nice. That's very clean. You got another very, very nice one up here. So you got two really clean OBs. Whoopsie. So on your daily open. And if this was to continue a little bit, let's say, okay, we've just seen a bit of excess at the highs, we come back down, we bounce into this order block, we could probably find that our VWAP won't end up there, but still, a little bit of confluence within that region, but that's looking kind of decent. So if we are to get a bounce, those are two quite clear regions of resistance above us. Where is our POC? It's just above that. You're just coming into the daily value area low. So we rejected there. And we do have an SFP. So again, like I was saying, a little bit of a short opportunity from that after it took out the highs. Did we have much up there? Yes, we did. That was kind of good. Let me just clean this up a little bit. My eyes are aching today. I've been staring at a computer screen for way too long. That's a bit better. Yeah, a slight bit of excess at the highs there. Nothing too significant. Yeah, there's some stuff. There's some stuff today for this move. And then, yeah, what was I going to cover? It was if we are to get more downside. So we've basically found a couple of little, I mean, these are kind of obvious. Little 30-minute order blocks, always quite nice. You've got some single prints as well that did print today. And yeah, VWAP, daily open, weekly open, that kind of thing. If we are to get one more move down, so if this happens overnight, maybe we bounce up into here and we come down, I would be looking at the daily level. So we do have the daily level at 28,580, and then failing that, we do have the 2021 low, which is the reference level that I've got there, but we do have further confluence within that region. That mainly being the macro, not as macro as the one we were talking about earlier, but there's your golden pocket region on here. Okay, so there's your 618 on that 2021 low. I'm on log scale. Whoops, there it is. And that's if we were to see a continued downtrend. Okay, so if this does get continuation, two levels left that I'm interested in. Those are the ones that I would look to trade. But yeah, just continuing on with this range, and it's almost followed what we were saying. So this was what we had been talking about a couple of days ago, wasn't it? How as soon as we saw this shift up on the POC, that's when price repelled away from it, which is what we were expecting. Our point of control was down here. Okay, so our POC was here. And when the POC was here and it came down to this region, price repelled away. When the POC shifts up, price repels away. And we found ourselves all the way back down at the low of the range. Now, what we were saying is if we were going to see a move up, first of all, I was thinking that would be quite impulsive, quite quick, and then you would look to fade that back down in order to get some kind of grind. Or if we're going to look down towards these lower levels of support, it would be really, really choppy, really, really messy, which is, yeah, pretty much what we've had. It hasn't really been a super, super sharp move to the downside like we saw like here or here or here. It's been fairly controlled. It's been fairly slow. It's held up quite well against equities, and yeah, it's not been really too much carnage. I think just a lot of people getting stopped out over and over and over and over and over again today. But yeah, overall, not particularly fast, and it does kind of go into what we were saying about this being, if we are to see a move to the downside, then it would be a little bit of a more slow, controlled move before we do get a bounce. Mr. Fry, hey Luke, popping in quickly. I did take the long at 28.8k. Nice. Well done. So if anyone else took the long at 28.8, that's pretty cool. Well done. I've done, yeah, I'm just really, I've been sat down. It's the end of the week. I always get like super achy. I need to go to the gym more often. It's so bad. I was like in such a good routine when I was over in Dubai. I was feeling really healthy. I was exercising every day, had a nice pool, was swimming every day. It was nice and sunny. I was getting plenty of sunshine. I wasn't in a dark, dingy room like I am now. And now I'm back home and I've stopped doing all of that. So I'm back in my little dark little dungeon. I'm sat at a computer screen all day. I'm not getting as much exercise as I should be. So everything that I was doing that was kind of getting me in a really good place it's kind of all gone back. It's all been like thrown out the window again, returning to London, which is very, very frustrating. It's just the UK just has such a just not a good standard of living. But that's my fault probably, because I'm just too lazy to get up. Whereas over in Dubai, like, I have a pool and I have a gym on like in the building, and people come and clean the house for me, and I don't have to worry about anything else. So I just need to suck it up and deal with responsibilities, I guess. Anyway, that's off topic. I'm just very, very achy and very, very tired today. But yeah, I've got night shift on my screen, and it just doesn't help. My eyes are just getting wrecked anyway. You saw a number plate today, T900 ORS. Nice. I was actually looking for like custom number plates recently. I don't think I want to be like that guy that has a custom number plate, but there are some quite cool ones around. Crypto Taurus, can you explain about naked point of control? Like, we have many of them. How I know what the best. So, yeah, I can explain those. So your MPOCs are basically from whatever time period you're looking at. I would suggest if you're looking at MPOCs, start on the daily. Okay, that's the one that you want to be looking at. It's the daily naked point of control. And basically what you're trying to find is the point that has the most volume traded within it for that day. Now, the fact that you've had volume traded at that point in the past, then you're likely to get a reaction off of that again in the future if price does come back into that. So these are really, really nice. And we've seen in the past, okay, how we had this move down into a really, really good MPOC here. They're all tradable, but it's the same as anything. It's the same as taking trades off of VWAP. It's the same as taking trades off of a moving average. It's the same as all of those things. What you want to have is time and space away from that level in order for it to become valid to trade. So by that, I mean, these are all good because all you need to do is go onto EXO, or if you don't have EXO, it's very, very simple. Okay, you can just find these naked points of control. We'll stick to the daily ones because that's what is easy and that's what has good respect. Go onto here and just look at the session volume profile. So if you just search session volume profile onto TradingView, then you can click on that and it will load it onto your chart here. Now I'm going to just quickly go onto a clean chart just so we can look at this in a little bit more detail, okay? So this is a very, very messy session volume profile on here. What I want to be doing is, this is what gives you the levels. So you can see every time every daily candle has its value area, has its points of control. Now, what I tend to do for the naked points of control, you extend those over. So this is the point that has had the most volume throughout each day. You can extend that across. And what you're looking at to trade it is time and space away from that level. So what do you have here on this point of control? You've got a lot of time and a lot of space basically created within that level, so that when you come into it, it becomes very valid and it gets you a nice reaction. Again, here you've got a lot of space, a lot of time away from it. Well, not a lot of time away from it, it happened the next day, but more so space. You're coming into that quite quickly and you're getting a move into it. The problem is when you don't have that, okay, so you can see points of control here, you can see point of control here, and so on, is you're just getting this chop around. You've never really moved away from that level. You've never moved outside of that range. So if you're coming back into that range, then it, whoops, it's not like you've moved outside of the range, then you're coming back into it and you're testing the point of control and so on. So it just becomes a little bit less valid. So those are that is how I personally trade them. Okay, so I am looking for time and space away from the basically the level itself, and it's the same on, this is what I say all the time about VWAP trades and things like that as well. Why do you think the naked POC at 29,125 gave no reaction today? 29,125. Why did it get no reaction today? Probably because it's I guess. So is this the one? This is probably, so I guess you're looking at, depending on tick size and everything, this is going to be a little bit different for some people, but is that the one from the 29th of May? If so, then from my perspective, we've already hit that back here. And again, you've not really got that, the fact that you've already come within like $20-30 of this already is not very it's not like, wouldn't give you so much confidence for wanting to take that trade again, to be honest. So yeah, we did have a nice move, or we did have a nice trade off of 29,500 yesterday, which was the MPOC from the 7th of June. So if we zoom in on here, I know this is super messy, but if we do zoom in and we just go onto a cleaner chart again here, then we can see we got that move down perfectly into that 29,500 region. It's a lot easier to see if I do load up the TPO again, which is here. Okay, so as we came down into that point of control, we got that bounce that sent us all the way back up to the value area high of the previous day. And this was something that we had been talking about during the Asia session that we did trade last night as a crew. So, and actually, I'm going to say fair play to Randall, who called it perfectly, because what was Randall saying during this was that previous day value area high would be pretty significant resistance if we were to come back up into that. Now, I actually said at that point, because it was such a narrow range, I wouldn't necessarily look to trade those levels. So I would not have been looking as much as I normally would have done at the previous day value area high, because it was such a narrow range and it was such kind of an equal distribution and a very boring day that we had the day before. But we did get a really nice bounce up into that region that did present the short opportunity, and if you were short from there, then yeah, amazing. So really nice trades that were there on the Asia session last night. Were you able to catch a short today? Yes, I was. So it was off of the loss of the whatever point of control it was. It must have been here. I took a short somewhere. It was when we were breaking down. I'm still holding swing short as well. So it was when we were breaking down, and it was after a bit of a test. It wasn't a very good entry. I'll find it on the chart. It was somewhere within this. In fact, it was here, because this was looking really bad. So it was actually as we were starting to break down here. So it was later on in the day, because we had this chop, and that's when I was long. So I was long off of this because we did hit the lows. And then as soon as we lost this golden pocket region, that's the one, because we then we had the daily point of control that moved down here. So if we look at the daily point of control, I think that's going to give us a level. Okay, we're all the way down here now, but we did have the daily point POC here. So as we were getting this move down and then we lost it, what we did was we quickly came back in and tested it here. And at that point, that was a short. That was when I was able to take it, because you just really don't want to see a downtrend forming like this. You'd have wanted to see that get continuation and to go higher. So the second that you're actually confirming that as a market structure, a break of structure, you're coming back into the current day point of control. You're back testing that golden pocket, which should have been support as resistance. Again, at this point, ES again was just crashing. So Bitcoin was holding quite nicely, but ES and SPX and NASDAQ was crashing again at this point. So as we got into that, just by Bitcoin just purely playing catch up, that was the point at which I was able to get the short position. It wasn't great, and I missed the long off of the lows. So yeah, it's been a weird few days of trading. Like, it started off quite well earlier in the week, but for what I'm used to and for what I'm used to within this range, I've not really, I don't feel like I've traded it very well. I've come out of the week in profit, but I could try. I know I could have traded it much better. So it's one of those weird weeks where even like I'm normally quite confident in my trading, and I'm normally pretty like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I have a good feel for the market. This week has just it's not been there for me so much. So I was kind of lucky to get out of it in profit, I think. Wesley Coldwell, I blew my $50 account. I think I'm ready to put my 15k life savings in now. I'm only 23, so if I lose it, I'll make it back. YOLO time. Nice. Hey, if you've got 15k life savings at 23 years old, then yeah, that's pretty good. I don't put it all in. Yeah, don't put it all in. Put a little bit in, maybe play around with it. The thing is, if you're putting your life savings in, you're going to get way, I know you're joking, probably, but you're going to get way too emotional about this. Like, yeah, you will lose it. You probably will lose it. So if you've lost a $50 account that you don't care so much about, you probably lose a $15 account. It's that same, like, psychological thing. You've got to find a nice balance there. So $50, who cares about losing $50, really? Like, no one really is going to care about losing $50. Everyone's going to care about losing 15 grand. But if you can find a nice balance, something that's maybe, okay, I don't want to lose it, but it's not going to massively change my life if I do lose it. Maybe if you've got 15 grand, put in 3, trade with that, see what you can do with that, and then it's enough to mean something to you, which is really important when you're trading, because I am not someone that advocates or that recommends paper trading. I'm not someone that recommends trading on a demo account, because I think that teaches bad habits. And I think you need to learn from having some pain. But yeah, don't put so much in that if you lose it, you're going to be really angry at yourself. Jason Casper in the chat again. I feel you, bro. PA has been weird after Wednesday. It really has. It really has. We knew... See, we'd called the time... I always do this. Even if I've not, like... Even if I don't have a good sense on, like, the vertical movement of price, like the actual price action that we're getting on, I seem... The timing is always there. And I think that has been a really important factor, and I really do hope that, again, anyone in the crew, or that anyone who's been watching my videos, or anyone that's listened to anything that I've said over the past week has taken note of, is that what did we have during, and I mean, I can pull these up, we can just quickly pull up on the Discord, let me do this quickly. Make sure I'm not doxing myself or anything. If I do pull up Discord, then the last two daily trading update sheets that we had spoken about, hopefully everyone can see this. I'm going to make this a bit bigger for me as well. Whoop. Let me just do this again. There we go. That's a little bit better. But the last two daily update sheets that we've been speaking about, basically today, eyes are on New York Open, where CPI data will impact the market and could potentially bring in enough volume to finally expand out of the range. That's what we've done. Anything above 30,700 would be considered for short positions. We never got that. And weekly open being the area of support that must not be broken again. As with previous days, patience pays. I see no reason to chase this price action if there is nothing clear to trade against. So this is what we were looking at today, as basically that daily open's wrong. No one brought me up on that typo. We're clearly not at 3k. Maybe we will be. Maybe we will be, and then I'm going to lose that bet one day. But that was clearly wrong. And then yesterday, what we were talking about here was today I expect more of the same, with all eyes being on US inflation data tomorrow and for some end of week volatility. This should provide better setups and opportunities, with a break of the range being quite likely. I have no strong bias on direction, but as stated, as long as we are holding the range point of control, then I favour a move up. Then we lost the range point of control, so I immediately started to favour a move down. But this is the thing, like the actual timing of the move, basically saying just don't be caught up on the low time frames, because it's likely that we're going to expand and we're going to start to test the higher time frames. That is what a lot of these trading update sheets have been saying recently, and that's what my YouTube updates have been saying recently. So hopefully, if there is one thing you have been able to get out of this week, is don't get yourself chopped up. So yeah, there's a little, I don't know if that's a lesson, but yeah. Martin V, we all have rough weeks. You hit the gym a few days in a row and your mojo will come back. Yeah, I've been really bad at doing the gym anyway. I've got such an achy neck. I've been quite ill as well this week. So I guess that's not yeah. Wesley, instructions unclear. I just took out a loan to add to the 15k. You are going for it. Okay, if you're taking out a loan to go for the 15k, then what you need to do with that loan, okay, you need to purchase yourself 1 year of crew membership with one of those Ks. Okay, you need to purchase yourself 1 year of your crew membership. And what we will do, I will make a personal promise to you today during this stream that if you do join the crew with I've not got it on here. Here we go. If you do join the crew today with one of those Ks that you have withdrawn, see it lines up quite nicely, then we personally promise that you will not blow up your entire account within the first 2 seconds of joining the crew. Okay? So I will pledge that to you now. If you were to do 1 year of crew membership, I don't know what I'm talking about, then your account will be safe for a grand total of 2 seconds at the very least. If you were trading it on your own, you're probably only going to get 1 second out of it, but we will double the time that your account will remain active for before you end up losing everything. And then asking us for a refund and being one of those really annoying people that gets liquidated and then gets really salty and then starts complaining and being like, tourists are scam, and all of that kind of shit. So, yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on. C's, look at the PA from July low on the 30-minute. Identical, same with the ES. Yes. Very, very much so. So we are seeing, and this is so much, again, we've spoken about this, right? This high, okay, if anyone was watching the stream on this high, we were talking about the day during the last last year's range that we put in, okay, then yeah, during last year's range that we had over the summer, okay, this is a much more narrow range that we're putting in now, but we had the Germany versus France game, and I think it was the group stages of the Euros. So I can remember watching this back in last July, and that presented a really nice short opportunity to take price back into the range, okay, that we had been in previously. So moving back over onto last year, that was here, okay. Anyone can look up the date, and we were talking about this on a stream the other day. This was the day. It was Germany versus France. It was a really good game, and I remember taking the short from that. I've said this so many times. I have such a weird memory when it comes to price action, and that was a really nice short that we were able to get. That is very similar to what we've had here. Okay, then what do we do? What did we do immediately after that? We fell back into the range. Oops, where are we? We fell back into the range. Now we're actually starting from a little bit of a higher point here, but we fell back into the range, and then we just had this grind down all the way back down to the lows. And I do feel like we're getting something similar here. So it is a very similar situation. The market seems to be in a very similar place. The kind of panic seems to be very similar. And I do feel that we're just going to get something like this that plays out, that takes us down into this 2021 low, that shakes around for a bit, and then we can start to get a move back up out of this range here. That is what my ultimate idea is. The other option that we had whilst the POC was here was that we would move up and then we would come down into this, and we'd actually just get a bit of volatility coming into it. But I think what's more likely is this is just going to suck again for another week or so. Just, it's not going to be very nice to trade. And then hopefully going into competition period in a couple of weeks' time, like 2-3 weeks' time, then we'll get some decent price action to trade out of that, which, funnily enough, is almost exactly the same again as what happened last year, because the Bybit World Series of Trading competition last year took place here, because I remember taking this short position up at the highs, and then like 90% of everyone trading the competition got completely wrecked and got completely liquidated. And I went from being like a modestly okay P&L to just aping into a short position off of this and doing quite well out of it. It's just weird how everything's lining up, right? Because we had like good 3 weeks of price action back here during last year's competition, and funnily enough, we're in a very similar situation right now. So yeah, it's interesting comparisons to make, but very different market conditions, I guess. So Ian, yeah, hard to trade this week because all the action was during the Asia Sydney sessions. Yes, it was. So all of these little BARTs that we had earlier on in the week were all whilst we were sleeping, apart from some of us. So yeah, I think that's part of the reason why it's been so choppy, because it has these really nice moves during the Asia session. Then you wake up and you're like, oh my god, that was interesting, and then it just does nothing for the rest of the day until today. I was thinking the same thing, range from last summer, but without getting that final move range down. So I think similar to summer range, but without getting 20 to 21, July 2021. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. All right. What else can we talk about today? Everyone hit the likes. I've gone into a little bit of a, again, one of those moments where we're not getting too much going on the price that we can talk about. We just had a little bit of a nice pop up. But everything's still looking okay for continuation on that, so that's all right. Should we talk about the World Series of Trading competition? Should we talk about that? Does anyone need any more information about that? Does anyone have any questions about that? So we do, of course, have the... Let me just load this up on here. Bybit. So we do, for anyone watching, we do have the World Series of Trading competition coming up. The registration is now open for this. So if you are interested in joining the competition and trading with Team Toros, then you can basically, we do have a link for what I would always recommend. Like, you don't have to do this. It means nothing either way for us, whether you do or whether you don't. But if you do want to set up a new trading account for the competition, I always recommend like making a competition account, because then you're not trading with your whole account and you're only risking like $500 or something. Then you can sign up using our referral link. We've had some weird stuff today where people complaining about like I'm just doing this so people sign up to the referral link. That's not the case at all. You don't have to sign up using it, but if you do want to, then that is there, and then you can go join as a squad member and you can have a look on here. And if you do search for Toros, then what you'll see is our weirdly named Toros team. Okay, this is us. This is just us. So we did get screwed over. We did get screwed over, and there's been a little bit of drama because of this today. We were going to be doing this with some old friends of ours, but now they've decided to basically go against an agreement that had been announced and set up and all sorted out. I'd made this account for them. I'd kind of helped them with getting everything set up, and then whatever. But yeah, we do have the Taurus team here, so if you would like to join the team, we've got 45 members at the moment, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that is going to be starting on the 27th of this month. So if you do join and you're not already part of the crew, what you will be able to do, so again, if you do join this and if you are registering using our affiliate link, then we will be offering I'm not explaining this well at all. Let me start this again. So first of all, let me go to the announcement. And we'll just quickly talk about this. I'll get back to the price action in just a second. Over here. Let's just bring the announcement up. That's crew announcements. That's the trading rooms. So, create your competition account using the referral link provided. Okay, so we do have this. If you do go onto our Discord, then you can sign up using our referral. Now what that will do is it just enables us to make sure that we know that people are trading in the account, because we are going to be offering free trials. So the only reason we're asking for people to sign up using the referral is because so that we know they're actually trading it and they're just not doing it to get a free trial kind of thing. Deposit 500 USDT minimum trading requirement, and you can join our team here. If you're not already in the crew, then you'll be able to claim your free 2-week trial on the 20th of June. Now, this isn't something we were originally planning to do, but we have decided to do it because of the confusion that has happened within the competition itself. What we were hoping for was to have a really nice, like, big team collaborating with another community that would have had a really, really good chance of actually like doing very well in this competition. I'm still very confident Taurus would smash it, but we were having some others that would just help with the numbers. But that's not happening, so we are going to offer a 2-week trial for anyone who does join the team under our affiliate link as well. Now the referral doesn't make us very much at all. And this is something that I did want to bring up during this as well, because we've had so many people just complaining and a bit of drama today that we're only doing this for referrals, which we're not Crypto, we're not Carl the Moon, we don't have millions of people trading under us. I can tell you that the amount that we made from actual like trading revenue last month was like 3 figures dollars. It's really not very much at all. So it's like a few hundred dollars a month that's coming through on this, and yeah. So we really don't make very much at all. I was going to do like a proper announcement about this just because I'm annoyed by the drama, but anyway. I'm so awkward when it comes to this kind of thing. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the trading competition. I'm going to go back to the price action because I'm talking absolute shit and I'm not good at this kind of thing. I got told that I should probably I don't know what I'm talking about. Moving on. Give me something else to talk about, people. But anyway, that's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to have a lot of fun during the competition. Cyan, unfortunately, from the US, and withdraw is banned. So you won't. I think I wouldn't recommend, but yeah, you can. There are ways around that. Again, I'm in the UK, and technically you shouldn't be trading on that exchange anyway. Delirium, wasn't there, I think, last comp or Femex where you could mess with your initial deposit and YOLO 100x with only $10, for example, and get the PNL? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how the mechanics work. I think the way with the competition on Bybit, it might have been the Femex one that was an issue. We didn't trade that one. I don't really like that exchange. But we didn't trade that one last year. But yeah, I think people were able to get like ridiculous PNL just by withdrawing like most of their money out before the competition started. I think what Bybit do is they will snapshot it at the competition start, and if you don't have $500 in your account, then you'll basically, what am I talking about? If you don't have $500 in your account, that will be marked against you for your like opening profit and loss. So it just explains that, yeah, that kind of thing. Whatever. Hold on. Just got a phone call. Bear with me 1 second. Hold on, everybody. I'm back. P, yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I don't think Yeah, I'm not gonna do the drama thing anymore. If people still complain about it, we've had a bunch of people saying that we're just shilling an affiliate link. So I'm happy to show how much I will publicly show the dust that is received from that, because we don't have many people under it anyway. So, but I don't think there's any point. It's not. I'm not going to add to the drama. I saw a question. Who was it that asked? I've seen this a couple of times pop up. Emmanuel, where do you trade options? So I'm just trading options. So in the UK, there's just a broker called IG, and I just play around with them sometimes. So I've trading on there. I've also been playing around with MT4, MT5, the software, which is kind of rubbish, and played around with a couple of little additional things on there. So all of my positions on that, there were some options within that. That got closed at like 8:45 today, which was annoying. I didn't realize that would happen. Mr. Fry, hold on, got a phone call. AKA quick, gotta take him along because Fry went long, and it, if he's calling 3k BTC, he must be right. Yeah. Is P&L deciding factor or the actual profit we make during WSOT? Why only 500 USDT? Yeah, it's P&L. So when you do the competition, it'll be P&L that will be calculated against the 500 USDT. The reason it's 500 USDT is just to make it accessible for everyone. I'm having a beer. Is sent to 34k, then June 16th nuked to 22k. That'd be nice. 34. 34 would be good. I wouldn't mind some 34k Bitcoin. That would be a pretty good short for me. Oh, that is the plan, isn't it? That's that is the plan. Would be to come down here, just keep grinding away for a few more days. Maybe grind away during the weekend. Keep doing that. Then go pew, and then we come back up range a little bit back at the highs. We break. Everyone gets so bullish again. Oh my god, we're bullish. And then we just chop around, put in a bit of a distribution. And then we go, ah, shit, no. And then we're caught back below here. And then we're going all the way down here. And then what happens beyond this is going to look a little bit more like... yeah, I'd say 22, 23k as well. That is basically my kind of thoughts. And then we do this. And then we... But where I differ from you, Mr. Fry... Where I differ from you is I believe that from that point on, we're going to chill out here for a while, and then we're going to smash our way back all the way up towards these highs. I don't know. But yeah, this is probably where it will be. I'd like to know, it'll be interesting to see, because Mr. Fry is being very, very, very vocal about his roadmap for Bitcoin and where he thinks things are going. So I'm very interested to see what happens. Yeah, P. We definitely do not have 5k guys trading the referral. We actually have 119. We have 119 people that have signed up to our referral link. And I'd say about 7 of them trade. Getting alerts on my phone about COVID cases rising again. So stupid. It's like, oh, this monkeypox thing isn't enough of a pandemic. Let's bring COVID back. Mr. Fry, the billionaire wizard. Yeah. If you're trading with that amount of size, Mr. Fry, please do make sure you join our team for the WSOT competition. And sign up during using our link and get crew access, and then you can maybe teach us a thing or two. This is funny. I saw that Link was like up like quite big earlier on, and now it's down 10%. That's crazy. Link had been having a nice little run, and now it's wrecked. Is there anything up today at all? RSR. Fair. That's really good. Look at that. Look at that. I didn't even realise. We've had a move up of... Why is this not working? 120% on RSR from the Golden Pocket. Wow. And I didn't take the trade because I'm stupid. This is trading really, really quite well. Yeah. There was a news event that Link was going to introduce staking 2.0 by the rumor sell the news. Okay. That makes sense. None of the stuff that we were looking at last week has played out very well at all. The RSR trade was pretty good. Right, I think I'm going to wrap things up because it's been an hour again, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been over an hour. So I'm going to wrap things up. If anyone has any last questions or anything they would like to ask, then please do feel free to ask away just before I leave. If you haven't already hit the like button, then please do hit the like button. If you are new here, then please do go check out tauruscrypto.com, join our Discord. If you have any more questions about the World Series of Trading competition, that's going to be really good fun, then please do let us know about that. And yeah, other than that, I think I've covered everything I want to talk about. We'll be doing a lot more fun things soon when the market picks up again. But for today, I'm achy, I'm tired, my eyes hurt, my back hurts. So I will leave it there. Josh, do you hold any XRP? No, I do not. I do not hold any XRP. The only XRP I do have... we're going back onto that subject. The only XRP I do have... I have 5.53 XRP on my Coinbase wallet. 5.53. What size shoe are you? I'm a size 9. Can Eric, your mobile number. Yeah. It's Swooping Hawk, XOM. I don't know that. But yeah, anyway, thank you. I heard my dogs barking outside, which means I should probably go inside because I don't know why they're outside. So thank you. I will see you all very soon. And yeah, have a great weekend.